Pearls of Brass Coast. The sea off the Brass coastline shimmered like liquid gold under the rising sun, when Emeka set his foot for the first time in Brass Island. Emeka had eyes for the secrets it held. His fingers brushed the weathered map in his pocket, the one that spoke of pearls so rare, they were said to hold the blessings of the ocean itself. Redemption laid beneath the waters, and Emeka, with his tarnished reputation and desperate heart, intended to claim it. "You'll find nothing but trouble down there," a voice rang out behind him. He turned sharply, his gaze locking onto a beautiful woman standing barefoot on the sand. Her dark long hair cascaded in loose waves, her expression a mix of defiance and curiosity. Her skin shining under the sun with her charming eyes, she focused her gaze on him as if wanting to stop his mission. She looked otherworldly, she carried a fishing net over one shoulder, a conch shell in the other, as if she'd walked straight out of a myth. "Who are you?" he asked, suspicion lacing his tone. "Nimi," she replied, her voice calm but firm. "And you? A treasure hunter? A thief?" she asked, her voice stern and pokey. "Neither," Emeka shot back, irritated. "I'm here for the pearls. That's all," he said, looking determined to achieve his aim. Her laughter was soft but cutting, like the bite of a cool sea breeze. "You think the pearls will let you take them?" she asked. "They're just pearls," he said, shaking his head, not attaching any importance to nature's beautiful gift. "Not to us," she replied, stepping closer. "To my people, they're gifts from the sea goddess, meant to protect this coast. Those who take them pay a heavy price." Emeka hesitated, her words unsettling him. But he couldn't afford to be swayed, not by myths, not by anyone. "I'll take my chances," he said, turning toward the water. Nimi watched him dive, her sharp eyes tracing his movements. Something about him intrigued her, his recklessness, his determination. By the time he surfaced, empty-handed, she was waiting. "Still think they're just pearls?" she asked, smirking. "Do you always enjoy proving strangers wrong?" He snapped at her. "Only when they deserve it," she said with a grin. "But if you want to survive these waters, you'll need my help." Emeka saw her proposal as rather amusing. How can a woman offer to be his guide? His masculine ego protested, but deep down Emeka knew that as a stranger, he needed her help to understand the way of her people to get the pearls he wanted. Reluctantly, Emeka agreed to allow Nimi be his guide. Over the following days, Nimi adventurously guided him through hidden coves and underwater caves. Emeka marveled at her in-depth knowledge of the sea. In their shared adventure of the sea, Nimi started telling him stories of her ancestors. Stories about some fishermen who had vanished after disturbing the ocean's treasures. However, Emeka found her stories uninteresting and dismissed her tales as superstition, yet he found himself drawn to her fierce spirit. After many days of unending search for the pearls, one day, in a coral-laden cave, Emeka spotted them, the pearls. They glowed like tiny moons, nestled in the depths. But as he reached out to get them, Nimi's hand abruptly stopped him. "Look again," she whispered, pointing at the pearls. Emeka looked at the pearls, trying to figure out why she had stopped him earlier. Beneath those beautiful pearls were tiny sea creatures pulsed with life, their fragile existence entwined with the treasures he sought. "They belong here," Nimi's soft voice broke the silence as if pleading with him not to harm the creatures for his selfish desire. For the first time, he hesitated. "Maybe so," he murmured, his hand falling to his side. That night, under a blanket of stars, Emeka confessed the truth to Nimi. In the past he had been a failure, running into debts. For that he sought a fresh start, and his desperate need to become rich had brought him to Brass. Nimi listened to him with a steady gaze. "Redemption doesn't come from the sea," she said, her voice like a tide drawing him in. "It comes from what you choose to leave behind," she added as they spent the night talking about preserving the natural existence of things. The next morning, Emeka packed his gear, but not the pearls. As he got ready to leave, Nimi stood at the shore. A mixture of feelings running through her mind. Even though she knew he was a stranger, she hadn't considered the fact that he would leave Brass sooner than she expected. Her eyes carried the weight of her emotions as she accepted reality. "Will you come back?" she asked. He smiled, letting out a load of sigh, his heart lighter than it had been in years. "I think I already have." Just before Emeka boarded the boat to leave, they shared a hug. As the waves lapped at the shore, the sea whispered its approval to their friendship, wishing for an eternity to the sparkles that lingered in their unspoken words. Thank you for watching and listening to my story. Please, like, comment, share and subscribe, as I'll look forward to sharing more stories with you.